Hey, Jesse had this dope idea, man, that we'd come on here and give a little analysis of one another to work on the project. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even had this conversation in private yet, so it's gonna be kind of dope to be able to just kind of have it. You know what I'm saying, in front of the folks. So, you know, we've worked together for a lot of years, man. So, you know, doing a project like this, there was probably like, I don't know, maybe 12 to 15 hours of sessions. It wasn't nothing too crazy, and then probably way more hours in the mixing. But as far as like actual time spent together, it was still a pretty large chunk of change, considering most of the time we would spend, you know, 2 hours here and then scattered to rank songs. But this was the first time, you know, we had to kind of hold each other accountable and show up on time, and fucking even through all the mixing process and the cover art, doing that with, you know, being in communication, music videos, figuring out how we're rolling shit out, videos like this, just all of it was different.
It was for sure different than anything else we've ever done, bro. Like,
yeah, oh God.
It was never. I don't think we ever had like a project. This is the first time we actually do a project together. Like,
yeah, where you're actually producing shit and not really rapping on it, for real.
I think which one was it? We kind of did something back in like, you know, 2016 type shit, but.
Yeah, bro. Then 2019 we had Scoring too, the Scoring EP. That was the first body work I ever put out, but that was obviously some YouTube beats that you know. I do remember.
On there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Louis, right?
Yeah, Louis and Soma I think was on there too, right?
Yeah, is that on that project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Shout out the movement, man. It's team shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So let's get into it. What, you want to start? Or you want me to start?
No, you start.
Okay. Well, shit. That's easy because my bar, I feel like it was different. Because here's the difference in our relationship. I feel like I've always said this in private with you, and so, you know, it still is the same. It's the same concept in my head where it's like, you know, you brought me into this shit at like 16, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, you know what I'm saying, when we were getting in the studio for real. And I feel like I was always, you know, like Jesse was always 2 steps ahead, but in a healthy way, because you were just already like, you know, fully dived in. Before I dove in, you had already been in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think getting to this project, hearing the production, I mean, when Singing in the Sand got put together and it was over, I was like, I remember specifically thinking like, damn, this is the first time that I didn't like fuck off one of Jesse's beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like use one of his beats that somebody else could have done something hella crazy with, and I dropped some subpar song, which, you know, maybe it's a self-esteem thing or whatever, because I do have people tell me that some of my older music, they like it a lot without a doubt, so that's love, and I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? But definitely internally was like, oh yeah, this feels like something that could be consumed by people, you know what I'm saying? And it's on a Jesse beat, and I feel like I finally did it justice. So I feel like the whole project kind of maintained that pace where I was just always trying to keep up with what the fuck production you were throwing at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the second session we came in the Trenches beat, you know what I'm saying? You played that shit, and I'm like, Jesus, bro. like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, Jesse want me to scream again, you know what I'm saying? I gotta figure this out, you know, fucking, I don't even know what the BPM is, not too crazy, but for me, it was, you know, more than I was used to, so. But yeah, bro, for me that was really it, bro. Like, your production from start to finish was fucking A1, you know what I'm saying? The way that we integrated with AOJ Stacks, which, you know, you hear us talking about him a lot, and that's because that's really one of the dogs out there. I don't even want to misrepresent where he's from, but he's not from California. He's from somewhere else, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out J Stacks.
Yeah, shout out J Stacks. And even, like, you know, you getting that track out, you know, putting your spin on what was going on, and just everything through and through, bro. I remember you sending me fucking, you know, version 4, 5, 6, and 7, like, bro, you was putting your whole, you know, you was in there.
Yeah, it was one thing for me too, because I wanted to, you know, I'm not one of those producers or, you know, people that like to, you know, just throw everybody's shit, you know, and just have a plethora of fucking music out that people can listen to. I try to, you know, pick and choose of who I work with, and, you know, being able to showcase what I do with people. You know, I wanted to showcase, you know, what we can do type shit, you know?
Facts.
So I wanted to go above and beyond what I would normally do, just so that I can, you know, show people what we can do, bro.
Yeah, you showed out like a
motherfucker. I still feel like I can do better, you know? Like, this is
This fool was still telling me last week, like, the week before that, like, bruh, I don't know about this one, bruh. And I'm like, man, this shit knocks. But you ended up being happy with it by the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of, but
you hear that,
I said, I still want to go. I don't know, bro. They just have this thing, you know, where I feel like I always can do better.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to feel.
And you know, not that I say I'm not happy with it, but I know I could do better, and I know for sure, and, you know.
You're supposed to feel like that. Always just do another game. We're going to keep cooking. It's going to get better. Exactly. You hear me? But still, I'm going to give you your flowers. You went crazy. That's my perspective on, you know, what do I think Jesse added and what value got brought to that project, bro. It's like, you held the standard and you held the bar for what needed to get put out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From cadences to production value to fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, bro, because like I said, I don't really be working with people like that, so just for people to fucking hear what I got, this is like the first project that I'm gonna drop, and then from here I have a project with Bliss, I have a project with Zamo coming out, I have a few other projects that are gonna come out.
Jesse just slapped, this ain't no type beat. Shout out Zamo, yeah.
Yeah, shout out Zamo, but we got, I got a few projects coming out, and I just think this is like a good, rollout to a lot of things that are gonna come in the near future for not just you, me, everybody.
The movement,
the whole shit.
That's right, team shit, man. That's what we on, man.
Yeah,
all right.
And then just to add to what you were saying, kind of like how I feel about the whole thing. I for sure know that you done elevated, bro. I remember, you remember, bro. I used to be 2018, still 2019. I used to tell you, bro, like you gotta do shit like this, you gotta do shit like that. I used to, push you all the time, bro. We had a couple disagreements about a few songs and shit, but I feel like maybe at the time he didn't know it, but not now. I feel like you got really caught on to what I was saying, and you even told me to this day like a lot of the shit that you used to tell me. Like now I figured it out, and now I see where you told me that shit. And then in this project I can see you actually utilizing all that shit that I told you to do.
You used to talk to me about hella shit, bro. Tone control. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that to be an issue. Boy.
Yeah, tone control. Just fucking like the flow, cause it wasn't like it was horrible, bro. But I used to always tell you, you gotta do it like this, you gotta do it like that.
Yeah, keep that shit so fresh, be dynamic, change, yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember I used to sing and shit, bro. And I used to be like, bro, you gotta not sing.
Hey, movement, man, movement.
You gotta not sing, but then I was like, I would tell you, bro, if you want to do it, go out and fucking practice and listen to.
And if I wasn't gonna practice, find somebody that would do it. Yeah, that's what you should tell me. Oh God, to be like, if you're not gonna go put in the time to where you can sound good enough to do it, then let somebody else come that has worked on that.
This shit takes a lot of time, bro. Music is not something you just wake up one day and want to fucking do, and you expect to be fucking the next
best.
The next best thing. Obviously some people do have the talent. Some people are gonna have it, right off the bat. But even they have to work at it. And for people that are, just regular people, like I don't feel like I have a real talent like that. So I feel like I have to be working in here all the time.
Yeah. I'm on a similar facet without a doubt.
Yeah. So I've seen the work you've been putting in, and it's been a very big. I don't want to say very big. It's a drastic change.
Yeah.
From when we first started. Yeah. So for sure, I know like it's how you were saying. How you were saying though, like that shit's fucking. It's a good project, bro. Not like you said, we kind of up there now. Like,
yeah, this is one of them ones. It's a great rollout, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Not only for you, me, us, but just the whole everything that's going on. It's a real in my head, in my mind, and what's going on. It's like, okay, this is a new bar of like this is what it's got to be like. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then like I have different sounds too. Like this is one of the sounds that I'm putting out. Like
yeah, you got a whole bunch of man. And that even for me, you know what I'm saying, and just. I got some shit cooked right now with Cheat Code and with Connor Helm that are on some different things, and me and you, I know that you could go way different directions. And even when we talked about it, this was a song or a project rather where it became very about the energy that was invoked, and that's why I think we went. That's why the first 3 sessions we had, I was like, yeah, I want that beat that's like, give me a knocker, you know what I'm saying? And then you were just coming crazy every time, and then J Stacks threw that curveball, and we kind of slowed it down, and then the outro ended up being fucking, even slower, even different pace. So, and outro got production by X James and Cheat Code. Yeah. So I didn't say that last time in the last video. So team shit.
X James helped me out with that shit. That shit was dope, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, team shit, bro. I love your life.
Love you too, bro.
Thanks, man. July 18th. Unsanctioned.
What the fuck is that?
This is it.
I can tell you what the motherfucking grind like. I get wavy like a motherfucking pie sign. You ain't relevant, that's your theory like you Einstein. You full of shit like my motherfucking timeline.